Hi guys, it's Andrew Wall here. I'm here with Kelly from Chata.ai. We're here to just talk to you guys a little bit about artificial intelligence, NLP or neuro linguistic programming. It's a lot to say, but it's actually something that's really important for helping taking natural language and converting that into searchable queries of QuickBooks Online. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what Chata.ai is?
Yeah, so Chata.ai, we discussed over our lunch meeting, but very simply, we provide a conversational user interface to your data. So through text or speech, you can ask questions of your business data, and then our system will dynamically determine where in the database to grab that information from and return it back, and then provide any other calculations that are required as part of the query.
Right. And so maybe we've got behind us a screen. Maybe we can show people exactly what does that mean. How does that actually translate into something useful for me to do for myself as a small business owner, or for my accountant and bookkeeper, and being able to provide answers to my clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically here on the computer, you see there's a couple queries that we were going through before. An example of this one here was you wanted to know the total sales for each of the classes. So this is a plumbing company, and each of the classes are as residential and commercial, and then there's HVAC and everything else as well. And you wanted to know those per month. So all you do is ask that question, and then our system goes into the database, grabs all of that information, as you can see here, all the raw information, groups them per month, and then we also provide dynamic visualizations as well. So sometimes it's a little bit easier to take a look at the data just in one visual format, because sometimes it's quite a bit of data to go through. And what you don't want to be doing is having to manually go through the systems, export that data, and then have to put that in Microsoft Excel and spend a lot of time building up information for your clients.
Tiffany Stewart says, hey.
Oh, Tiffany.
So we've got an audience here building. Hopefully we'll get some more people joining us. Obviously, Tiff knows what Chata is all about. But one of the things I thought was really interesting too is that Chata will also tell you what the natural language you put in turned into as far as a searchable query into the QuickBooks API itself. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a feature that we've just recently introduced, which if you have maybe a complex query and you're maybe unsure if it actually got the specific product or the specific customer name you were looking for, or vendor name or expense, you can actually just click on this. We have it built into the report a problem. And then what we actually do is, based on the data we grabbed, we can do a reverse translation and actually put that into English for the users to see that what the AI interpreted was they were looking for total sales per class per month. So it's kind of a nice built-in quality system as well. But the point is this natural language processing technology goes both ways for sure.
Okay. And I think this comes back to the artificial intelligence aspect of it. So what Chata.ai is doing is it's actually learning from the searches that you're doing, correct? So that it's getting contextually better and able to process the language better. Is that correct? Or how does the AI work in Chata?
Yeah, so basically we've set up a system. We have some quite talented engineers back in Calgary, and they've set up the infrastructure in a way that we can do rapid training. So we literally train the model at least every night, if not quicker. So if the system has trouble reasoning through something it hasn't seen before, and can't quite determine what the user's trying to get at, then that feeds back into another system we have, and then we can take a look at it from there, and then retrain the model if needed from there. So it's really it's been very impressive as of late, because there's queries that the system has never seen before, but it still has that capability to reason through those and actually return the correct data. So the more users we have, the more the system is going to learn. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think maybe hard for everyone else to understand how complicated it is to take natural language and turn it into computer language that is dynamically searching a database, because that's what we're doing here. We're searching, or we're not. We are. Chata is searching in real time the APIs or the data within QuickBooks.
Yeah.
And we're not searching based on reports. We're searching based on transactional information, pulling that together, doing comparisons, showing averages, showing percent changes, and doing this all in real time. This is a pretty groundbreaking piece of technology. And I think some people may not really grasp how groundbreaking it is and why it's so important. And I think that small businesses are inevitably going to pick this up as a tool to save them time and get a better interface or communication system with their financials, which, as we said earlier, we deliver as accountants to our clients income statements and balance sheets. Right. How much value are our clients getting out of those income statements and balance sheets? Probably very, very little. But if they now have a way to contextualize that, to be able to draw real information and real answers in real time, it's a huge amount of value. And we talked about the use case where you have a plumber who was out at a client site and wants to make sure he's got the right amount of inventory in stock, or wants to see, how much have I been here before? How much have I charged this guy? What have I billed this guy over the course of the lifetime? To be able to get that real-time information without having to go into, open up QuickBooks and generate a report, which, let's face it, these guys aren't going to do. It's a huge, huge benefit for these guys to actually be able to get financial information out of these tools that they can use to run and manage their business. And I think that's a win for them. And I think it's also a win for accountants, because we're not going to be bothered with all of these mundane, what seem like mundane and trivial questions to us, but yet are so important to our clients. So it's giving us the ability to be able to have our clients self-serve in a way that adds value to them. And I think, the other thing that I'd love to hear from you about is what this idea of being able to bubble up that insight back to the accountant. Because clients are wanting to know more and learn more about their businesses. How can we as accountants learn from this information that they're searching inside Chata?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And thanks for your the way you described it for the kind of small business owner, or more of those business owners who live their life on their phone. That's their office, because that you nailed you hit the nail right on the head there. The ability for the accountants and bookkeepers to get some insights into what their clients are querying is extremely important. And one great example is, we were talking about, you may come across companies where two of their customers or two of their clients make up 80% of their revenue. And if you're trying to manage 200 different clients, you just don't physically have the time to really get into the in-depth parts of each of the clients' businesses. So what this does is it allows you an open door to really provide more value to the end user. And we mentioned this Query Insights feature that we're working on right now to do just that. So if you know that company XYZ is a very important, always on the mind of this particular customer, then when you're building your reporting templates or whatever it is in Chata, one of the questions you could ask is, change in total sales for company XYZ month over month, or is there a specific product they're interested in seeing? So it allows you to provide a better level of service, because you get a window into the mind of the business owner on really what do they care about on the day-to-day basis, other than just the kind of, we call them the big four at Chata, which is how much money's coming in, who owes me money, how much money's going out, who do I owe money to?
Right. So this is, it's amazing. Like I said earlier, hopefully this is just the start of many conversations that we'll have. There's a lot that I think we can talk to my community about artificial intelligence, natural language processing, the benefits that Chata brings to that, as well as something that I think we both share a passion for, which is that not enough people value their time. And this is a tool to give them back that time. So I'd like to hopefully continue these conversations down the road. So hopefully this will be the first of many. But thanks again for joining me. I guess the last question is, how can people connect with Chata and learn more about it and get involved and support an amazing Canadian company?
Yeah, well, people can go to Chata.ai.